Then we're live. All right, guys, we are live. We just decided to do an all NBA episode this time. Since there's so much to talk about, we kind of wanted to touch more on some of the subjects we didn't get to. And originally in the live version, this is also live, but so I'll start Rondo.
Andrew's here, by the way.
Andrew, welcome back. Good to have you. So Rondo, he's unhappy in Boston. Where does he go?
I wouldn't be happy in Boston, that's for sure.
Yep.
I don't really know where he would fit in well. Maybe somewhere in the Southwest, probably, is what I'm imagining. Maybe in a place like Houston. You know, they got rid of all those guys. You could have Houston, James Harden, Rondo.
That's what the rumor is right now is Houston, because it was New York, but that's falling apart.
Yeah, I don't see him going to New York.
Yeah. At least not right now. I mean, what else is there? There's nobody else in the East. He's going to sign out West because the East is
stay in
the East. Everyone's afraid of the East because LeBron. That's why he stayed in the East, I believe, as well, and didn't even bother looking out to sign with West teams because he knew if he stayed in the East, he'd be in the East Finals for the rest of his career, most likely, unless they really slipped up.
You know, he could go to the Lakers and be the front man for the Lakers.
True, but. See, Rondo being the front man, it hasn't worked out too well yet. The last couple of years in Boston, it just hasn't been anything. Now, I don't think talking about Boston. I know Jeff Green, I think, is great.
He's awesome.
Yeah. So, what else you got?
Kobe. I know this is something that Dr. Yoza watches, who will have lots to say about. Yeah. May not agree with everything we have to say. I'm sure he won't. Is his career over with? Is it done? Does he have anything left in the tank? What do you guys think?
I think he obviously still going to play, but he'll put up 20 points or whatever. But the Lakers are done as long as he is playing. Whatever team he is playing for, they are done. Personally, that's what I believe.
I agree. I think Kobe will do okay during the season. I don't think he's gonna be his old self. But like you said, the Lakers, they're not going to do anything.
Anything, Drew?
I think they're still rebuilding.
You want to hear me?
Yep.
All right. I think he'll still be productive. I just don't think he's going to be the Kobe we know. Off all the injuries, that's going to take a toll on him. I think he won't be able to play the whole game every game, obviously. But I think he'll still make an impact for sure. He needs people around him. That's where he can't be the main person anymore. He's got to have other role players around him that'll just score with him.
I still can't believe Powell's still there. I can't believe he hasn't demanded something. No, he's in Chicago now.
He's in Chicago. Excuse me. He's not. He's in Chicago.
Wow, that team's great. But yeah, they just signed Boozer too. But Boozer's washed up too. I mean,
Kobe would need a 26-year-old Shaq to win a chip.
Yep. Yeah. And among other things, for sure.
Anthony Davis type, but
well, that'd be good. Anthony Davis.
I will say we could even talk about this.
Anthony Davis, yeah.
Anthony Davis will not end his career in New Orleans. The first chance he gets at a new contract with a new team, he's leaving that city. I can tell you that much.
I think you're right about that.
He's joining another superstar. And
like I said before, he's going to be better than Dwight Howard.
He's like we were saying earlier, the players say he's one of the top 5 players in the league. I just, like we said, I don't see it. You don't see it.
He's gotten bigger. Like his physical, he's gotten bigger. His shoulders are wide. Like when Dwight Howard first came in, he was smaller, but then he got bigger, and now he's just. I've been watching him. He's dirty.
Yeah.
Along with Fareed. Fareed was awesome too.
That's true. Fareed is freak. I wish the Knicks would have traded Shumpert for Fareed straight out last year, but they didn't. But no, yeah, I hope Anthony Davis develops some little bit of a jump shot, but he's the sky is the limit, and I cannot wait to see what team he ends up on because he will be leaving New Orleans and joining. Heck, you never know. He could sign in New York. He could sign anywhere. He's going to sign in one of those top markets.
There's going to be plenty of
Carmelo and
that'd be sick. Carmelo, I would absolutely love that because we just signed your boy Shane Larkin, Andrew, and we just traded for him.
My boy, how is he? My boy.
He went to Miami.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, you know that?
No.
What do you guys think? We got LeBron James returning to Cleveland.
With the combination of Kyrie, Kevin Love.
Right.
LeBron's came out and said
this is Kyrie's team.
Kyrie's.
I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. Which is crazy. But
I think that's great. I think it's a great decision. I agree with him for saying that.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is Kyrie Irving's team, and LeBron James was in that same position as Kyrie Irving was. A whole city's hopes on his shoulders before, obviously, LeBron James arrives.
But we all do know it's not Kyrie's team. I mean, he said the same thing when he first went to Miami, and he let his play do the talking and take it, which it will.
We know his play is going to do the talking, but I think he does mean what he says. This is Kyrie Irving's team. He knows once he left, Kyrie Irving kind of filled what void was left in the hearts of the Clevelanders. So
and he had the option to sign somewhere else, and he didn't.
Right.
What you got, Drew? Chime in.
I think it's going to end up being Kevin Love's team.
Really?
To be honest. I think, you know how LeBron, like during the playoffs, he would sit back for Miami and he would wait until they started falling back and then he'd take it into his hands. I think he's going to do something like that.
Okay.
He's going to let Kyrie control the team. Kevin Love is going to be the scorer, and then I think that LeBron's just going to take over when he needs to.
Okay. Wow. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I never thought about that either.
He's going to make sure a championship comes.
Yeah, all they have to do, honestly, I think all they have to do is show up, and they're getting close. They're getting into the playoffs and getting close to the second round or the Eastern Conference. But they will get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think. But I never thought about that, Drew. That's an
interesting point you bring up. I never really thought about that either. But I can see what you mean by that.
And I'm also intrigued before you go on to the next topic, because when Love was back with the Wolves a couple months ago, all the Wolves, other players came out and said that Kevin Love is a complete jerk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a finger pointer. He puts the blame on everybody else. That's what rumor has it from all the other Wolves fans. So I'm actually really intrigued to see, how the rest of the Cavs, if LeBron has anything to say, if Kevin Love just completely changes everything with the new team. That's intriguing to me.
I think he's pretty selfish. He's a good player, but he's selfish.
That's a good way to put it. See, that's why LeBron's so great, is he's not selfish.
Yeah. I mean, besides making a big deal about where he goes, he played selflessly.
What do you guys think? Paul George, what happens when he comes back from injury? How long does it take? Is he the same player when he comes back? And where does him and his team stand?
First, I think changing his number is really stupid. I don't know if you knew that. He was 24. He changed it to 13, so he's PG-13.
Okay.
Which I think
he was a little juvenile.
But I think Paul's obviously we all know he's a rising star.
Yeah, I think he's on his way up. Honestly, when he comes back, I think he'll be better than he was before.
I agree. I don't think it stops him at all. I just hope it doesn't. It's not a reoccurring thing, because I love watching that man play defense too. He plays both ends of the ball. You don't see much anymore. I feel like you see him, LeBron, and then Kawhi Leonard, who is incredible, I think. Future All-Pro. There are only a few that do that at that level.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't really see many players in the NBA giving it 100% all the time.
Yeah,
I think he had a little patch where he wasn't really playing 100% last year, but I think when it really matters, he's always giving it his all.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with you.
What else?
What do you guys got? Wizards. Where do they fare next season? What do you think?
Well, as they were, right now, LeBron, the Cavs are one in the East, but now with the Paul George injury, Lance Stevenson leaving, the Wiz are right there in the 2 spot, in my opinion.
I think that puts the Wizards right up there in the 2 spot.
They're right there at 2-3. The lowest they're going to be is 4 unless something tragic happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I'm dead serious on that. I mean, the Knicks are done. Celtics aren't going to be anything.
I think that a lot of people are going to look at the Wizards and be like, Bradley Beal, John Wall.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's more than that. I think, with Nene and who's their small forward they have?
They lost Ariza. Ariza's gone.
Yeah, but they had somebody else. I forget his name. But
Otto Porter's coming back.
Gortat and Nene, I mean, they have a well-rounded team. It's not just Wall and Beal.
And it's time for Porter to shine.
Yeah, Porter. That's what I was talking about. Porter. He's gonna be stepping up, and I think that they're gonna have a decent team all around.
Obviously, if Rose
four or higher.
If Rose comes back healthy, they're right there with the Cavs, in my opinion. I think Rose is unstoppable. But yeah, the Wizards are top 4. They're gonna have home court advantage in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
The West, I mean, oh my gosh, the East is just such a weak conference. I mean, it's a joke, but what can you do about it?
All right, guys, I guess we can wrap it up there. Just kind of spur of the moment thing. Want to talk a little more about the NBA. Obviously, there's plenty more to talk about.
Yeah, we'll pick up another time.
Thanks for watching, and look forward to a EPL broadcast coming shortly. Thank you.